Continuing with Scott Pilgrim vs. the Backlog month, this reference won't make any sense to you if all you saw was the movie, but you should really read the comics. Anyway, the band was terrible, but the game was awesome. Shatterhand for the NES.
Shatterhand was developed by Natsume and published by Jaleco for the NES in 1991. It takes place in the year 2030, where you play as cop Steve Herman, who lost both his arms in an incident with the mercenary group Metal Command. He gets new cybernetic arms from the Law and Order Regulatory Division, or LORD, along with the codename Shatterhand, and is tasked with bringing down Metal Command once and for all. I mean, could this game possibly be any more 1991? Come on, a mercenary group called Metal Command? LORD? This box art? It's incredible! I absolutely love how indicative of the time this game is. In the Scott Pilgrim comics, after Sex Bomb breaks up, Scott suggests the name Shatterband to Stephen Stills for his new band. At the very end of the story, Scott and Kim ultimately form Shatterband and perform a horrible rendition of I'm a Believer by the Monkees. Since the movie was written before the comics had ended, Shatterband does not appear in the movie. Back to the game though. Holy crap, this game is radical. Since you're a dude with cybernetic arms, the entire point of the game is to run around punching stuff until it explodes. And I'll say that again. The entire point of the game is to punch things until they explode. Genius. As if running around as a cyborg cop punching things until they explode wasn't already awesome enough, you also collect power-ups that summon floating robot companions to help you. Different combinations of power-ups summon different robots, and if you collect the same combination while your robot is still out, you become a robot yourself for a limited time, granting you crazy powers. Incredible. Defeated enemies will sometimes drop coins, which can be used at power-up stations scattered throughout the levels. Some will refill your health, which is super helpful, and others will power up your punch attacks and turn your rad green vest into a rad red vest. On top of all of this, the game has some of the best music I've heard on the NES. I mean, this is Mega Man level stuff. These are absolutely rockin' tunes that fit the game perfectly and illustrate just how much great music can elevate an already awesome game.
So you still don't believe me when I say how awesome this game is. Why don't we take a look at the game's opening cinematic?
Okay, so here's a dude shooting at Shatterhand. Oh, too bad, Shatterhand can block bullets with his arms. He's not content though. You try to shoot him, you get punched in the face. So intense, I love it. During gameplay though, you don't have to block bullets. Nah, that'd be too run-of-the-mill for Shatterhand. You punch bullets out of the air. That is the most hardcore thing I have ever seen in a video game. But despite all the radness, Shatterhand is really hard. The 7 stages are all really tough individually, and if you manage to survive long enough to reach any of the bosses, they can destroy you pretty easily. The game's first stage acts as a tutorial, and it isn't too tough. It teaches you the basic concept of, if something is in your way, punch it until it's gone. After that, there are 5 stages you can tackle in any order, with the 7th stage when you beat those. Well, not when. If is probably more appropriate. But you know what? You won't even care about how hard the game is because it's just so much fun. You can see from this gameplay footage just how much I was stinking up the place, but I was still having a great time. Everything in the game is just so satisfying and well put together that it's not even about beating it, it's about enjoying it. The journey is more important than the destination, as it were.
Shatterhand's gonna run you about $15, which isn't too bad. The game is super fun and definitely what I consider a top-tier NES action game. If it's not on your radar right now, it really should be.
Shatterhand is a great action game that's the epitome of early 90s radness. The game's difficulty probably kept it from being mentioned with the same reverence as the Mega Mans and Castlevanias of the world, but don't let that scare you off. If you pass up a game about a cyborg cop with robot arms who punches things until they explode because it's too hard, then you really aren't playing video games for the right reasons.